जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना। यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare హరిబోల్ స్లోగా కొట్టండి నాకు ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada. एवं विष्णुपाद परमं सपरिव्राजकचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमती श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। एवं विष्णुपाद परमं सपरिव्राजकचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नाम चाल सुंदरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपा गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय। ब्रज भूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा में की यमुना में की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। मोस्ट मर्सीफुल लॉर्ड श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। द मोस्ट मर्सीफुल लॉर्ड श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मई की जय। द मोस्ट मर्सीफुल लॉर्ड श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। निताय गौर प्रेम नंदे। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesa Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtuki. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, the entitled Chanting the Song sung by Lord Shiva. Text number 39. Sarvasat Sattvatma Dehaya Sarvasatvatma Dehaya Visheshayastaviyase Visheshayastaviyase Namastrailokya Palaya Namastrailokya Palaya Sahavoja Balayacha Sahavoja Balayacha Sarvasatvatma Deyaha Visheshaya Staviyase Namastrailokya Palaya Sahavojo Balayacha Sarvasatvatma Deyaya Visheshaya Staviyase Namastrailokya Palaya Sahavojo Balayacha Sarvasatvatma Dehaya Visheshaya Staviyase Namastrailokya Palaya Sahavojo Balayacha Sarvasatvatma Dehaya Visheshaya Staviyase Namastrailokya Palaya Sahavojo Balayacha Sarvasatvatma Dehaya Visheshaya Staviyase Namastrailokya Palaya Sahavoja Balayacha. Any Matajis? Okay. What word meaning? Sarva, all. Sattva, existence. Atma, soul. Dehaya, unto the body. Visheshaya, diversity. Staviyase, unto the material world. Namaha, offering obeisances. Trailokya, three planetary systems. Palaya, maintainer. Saha, along with. Ojaha, prowess. Balaya, unto the strength. Cha also. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: My dear Lord, you are the gigantic universal form which contains all the individual bodies of the living entities. You are the maintainer of the three worlds, and as such, you maintain the mind, senses, body, and air of life within them. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Please repeat after me. My dear Lord, you are the gigantic universal form which contains all the individual bodies of the living entities. You are the maintainer of the three worlds, and as such, you maintain the mind, senses, body, and air of life within them. I therefore offer my respectful obeisance unto you. Purport: As the individual body of the living entity is composed of millions of cells, germs, and microbes, the universal body of the Supreme Lord similarly contains all the individual bodies of the living entities. Lord Shiva is offering his obeisances to the universal body, which includes all the other bodies, so that everyone's body may fully engage in devotion service. Since this individual body is composed of senses, all the senses should be engaged in devotion service. For instance, the smelling instrument, the nose can engage in smelling the flowers offered the lotus feet of the Lord. The ants can engage in cleanse the temples of the Lord, etc. Indeed, being the life air of every living entity, the Lord is the maintainer of three worlds. Consequently, he can induce every living entity to engage in his real life duties with full bodily and mental strength. Thus, every living entity should serve the Supreme Personality of the Godhead by his prana, artha, intelligence, and words. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Etavad janma safalyam dehinam ihadesu pranir arthair diya vacha shreya acharanam sadam. Even though one may desire to engage in the service of the Lord, without sanction one cannot do so. Lord Shiva is offering his prayers in so many different ways in order to show living entity how to engage in the devotion service of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmay Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamyaham Dadati Swapadandikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sandhyavevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate giram yatkripatam ham bande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam. Here how Lord Shiva is offering his prayers to Lord Vishnu, so that every living entity can engage in the devotion service of the Lord. So he is glorifying the universal form. How, as our body is contained so many germs and microbes in our cells, similar way, all the individual bodies, the living entity is contained in the universal form. So universal form such a big actually, that is Lord universal form shows to Arjuna in Mahabharata, a battlefield of Kurukshetra. He shows to how Arjuna saw that universal form. So by saying he's afraid that such a huge universal form, whole universes is in that universal form. So every living entity is, so he saw completely clearly what is going on in battlefield. So that's what Lord Krishna actually shows the universal form. So Arjuna saw by seeing that battlefield is going on, everybody is going the mouth of the Lord. Hmm. So by seeing Arjuna is so afraid actually. So then he understood, my dear Lord, I casually treated you, but when I'm seeing your universal form, I'm so afraid. So give me that I am not able to see that blazing fire of your universal form. So please show me Saumya Vapu. Means like ordinary form. Krishna's ordinary form here, two hands and with the flute actually. So means here Prabhupada explaining that why that if every living entity is engaged in the body of the universal form, means Lord's body, so that naturally the living entity acts to engage in the devotion service of the Lord, because we are part and parcel. That is what Bhagavad Gita explaining, no? Amsa. Amsa means that is every living entity is a part and parcel of Krishna. So naturally the duty of the part and parcel is to engage in the service of the Lord. Similar, like our body, we have so many parts, no, in organs, no, hands, legs, everything, no. So what is the duty of this all these organs? To simply satisfy the stomach, simply engage that this to cooperate this body. Then this all the parts of the body like eyes, nose, and the tongue, and the legs and hands, then they'll become very happy. If they become independent, they I don't want to cooperate, then this individual body, so this all the parts of the body, they will be suffer. Similar way, Lord Shiva is praying and setting example that when every living entity in the Lord's body, that means that the duty of a living entity to naturally to engage in the devotion service. That is the natural duty of a living entity. That means is telling that living entity cannot be independent. If he independent, then he will be suffer. Like a fish, if you come out of the water, it is not natural for the fish actually, because fish is naturally to be in the water. If you come out of the water, then fish will not be happy. Even though it gives so many things, but still fish will be not happy, because fish natural as to in the water. Similar way that the living entity, if he become independent, he thinks that I am independent, I need not to serve the Lord, then he will be suffer. So that's what means. Acharyas is praying for what purpose? That Lord Shiva setting example, the great Mahajana, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, these are all the great devotees. Actually, they are telling that is how Lord is so great and we are so tiny, that our duty is only to engage in the service of the Lord, nothing doing actually. So, by serving the Lord, that every living entity, their natural be, they will be happy. So, but what will happen? That because when living entity become independent and they will lord over the material nature, then they will bound up this material world in the three modes of material nature. And when they bound up this three modes of material nature, they will try to be happy by their serving their own senses. So that is default actually, that living entity actually they want to be independently enjoy with Krishna. We are all came for this material for what purpose? To want to independently enjoy with Krishna. So even though we came, even though we are suffering, but we are not realizing actually that we are suffering. The many living entities see, they will think they are happy, but actually that Bhagavatam says and Bhagavad Gita says that that is प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वस्व अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ताहम इति मन्यते. Means that when come to this material world, that the living entity become proud and thinking that I am the only enjoyer and I am the only sustainer, I am the only creation of this material world. Due to this, that become proud and they are actually the bond of this material world. So it not able to see how we are born in this material world. It is we are born, but we are not able to see. Like in the jail, if the criminal went to jail, he can see clearly, oh, I am in the jail, because so many gods are there, and you cannot move from out of the jail. You will be completely bound in the jail. He can see because he's a criminal. He went to jail. But when you come to this prakriti, material nature, we are not able to see how I am bound in this material world, because there is no God here. There is nothing is there to stop us to do whatever activities in this material world. But we are bound. What is that? That is called ignorance. It is ignorance. We are in the dark ignorance. We thinking we are happy, but actually we are born in this material world. So that's what Acharyas comes, and the Vedic literatures comes, and they brought the Vedic literatures. They brought the representative of Krishna, and they brought the Lord also. They caused lords also. For all the arrangements for what purpose? To realize that I am the servant of God. I am belongs to God. I am not belongs to this material world. Just I came to this material world, and artificially I am actually accepting that father, mother, children's friends, relatives, everything actually. But these are all temporary. That we are not able to see that I am temporary, and everything what I am accepting in this material world, that is all temporary. To understand that reality actually, that we need actually to those who are realized, that is called a spiritual master or the saintly persons, to associate with them. When we associate with them, then we realize, oh, that I am in this artificial world. Actually, I am in the untruth platform. To understand the reality, actually, they will give that reality, that I am in ignorance. So to come out that ignorance, actually, we need actually association of a spiritual master and the saintly person and this Vedic literature. That's what they are, Sadhu Shastra Guru. Anyone, actually, Sadhu Shastra Guru, if we associate with the Sadhu Shastra Guru, then we will realize that I am in this material world. I am not engaging the service of the Lord. I am engaging my own senses. That's what I am suffering. I am not able to feel happy. So that we will realize. So for that, actually, Acharya sacrifices so much. Like Lord Shiva is offering actually one by one different ways. Actually, he is offering prayers to Lord. Why? He is already happy, but he is praying because so that living entity can understand. Oh, here is my Lord. I just came. I am thinking I am the Lord. That's what we think. No, I am the Lord. In material world, everybody thinks us. I am the only Lord. I am the only boss. So I want to control to people. I want to control the different varieties, actually forms, so that I will be happy. Nobody will be happy. It is only thinking that I am the happy. I am controlling everything, but one cannot be happy, because ultimately Lord is controlling. Means Prabhupada is maintaining in every part of the senses. Actually, Lord is only maintaining. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bhaunam yo vidadati kaman. Lord is one. But the many living entities is the only object to maintaining every living entity. Who is maintaining? No one is maintaining. We are thinking I am maintaining. I am thinking I am maintaining. If I am not working, my family will be starved. Similarly, the minister will think if I am not be in the leader, then whole country will be ruined actually. So everybody thinks like that. Those who are leaders, they think like that. If I am not there, then everybody will suffer. No, it is not like that, because Krishna is maintaining every living entity. Even the leaders also, Prime Minister, everybody, Krishna is maintaining. Ultimately, he is maintaining. You are telling here that the mind, the senses, and the air of life within them, everything is Lord maintaining. So when Lord is maintaining everything in body, parts of the body, actually you think the hands, who is maintaining? If we cannot feed the stomach, then that legs and hands will become weak. They cannot work. So because of their stomach is fulfilling, so stomach is giving energy to the legs and hands, everything actually. So when Krishna will be fulfilled, then everybody will be fulfilled. Everybody will be happy. So when the part of the body means Paramatma is there, Atma is there. If without there, then our body is useless. Without Paramatma, without Atma, our body, we cannot walk, we cannot speak, we cannot eat, we cannot do anything. Because the Lord is there in the heart. As long as the soul is there, the body will work. As the soul is gone, then our body will useless. No use. We cannot do anything also. So almost we are giving importance, and the bodily consciousness we are giving so much pampering, so much we are giving importance to the body, and we are forgetting the soul. Like Prabhupada gave example, one person is painting that case outside of the case, but when inside the parrot is there, he is stopping the food to give the parrot, and is painting the golden paint that case. What will happen? Parrot will die. And what is the use of your golden paint of case? No use. So similarly, that is here decoration of the body. We are doing so much, this body decorates, but what will happen? We are forgetting the soul. The real that product of the body to maintain the soul, actually we are forgetting. Then what will happen? Then there is no use. So that's why Ambrish Maharaj told, no, each and every part, when the part of the body is everything is engaged service of the Lord, means what? We each and every part of the body to engage in the service of the Lord. That is Ambrish Maharaj told, no? That sloka, what is that sloka? Forgot that. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo vachamsi vaikunta gunanu varnana karau harer mandiram marjanadisu. Slow, that is means like Prabhupada told, no, that is the smelling instrument of the nose. By smelling the flowers, that we can engage in devotion service. Our smell, like see eyes. When you see the beautiful Lord, they decorate in the beautiful Lord, our eyes will be very happy. And the tongue, when you take the remnants of the Krishna, then our body will be purified. The whole body, actually, the leg is there. Leg is only meant for to going to temple. The hands is there only to cleanse the temple. So this is whole body. When you engage in the service of the Lord, then our whole body will become purified. So that is what means. Even mind also, by thinking about Lord, by contemplating about the Shastra, by this actually, by tongue, two things, by speaking and by taking prasadam. Speaking is what? Only the Krishna consciousness, nothing else actually. So by this our whole body can engage in the service of the Lord. Then by that actually we can be happy. Otherwise there is no happy actually. There is no happy. Because the Prabhupada is telling here, Srimad Bhagavatam, even though one may desire to engage in the service of the Lord, without sanction one cannot do anything. That's why Lord Shiva is praying in many different ways in order to living entity to how to engage in the devotion service. Etavat janma safalyam deina ihadesu praner arther diya vacha sreya acharam sada. Praner artha diya vacha means mind, senses, all parts, all actually. So by this is a simple process Prabhupada is giving us actually to. So whatever you have actually, the body as a simply engage in the service of the Lord, then by that you will purify, then you will understand our constitutional position that I am the servant of the Lord. So that is what Vedas are saying. All Vedas is purport of the Vedas is giving that living entity is a part and parcel of the Lord. Their position is constitutional position is the eternal servant of Krishna. That is what Bhagavad Gita it confirms. Lord Krishna is telling the Arjuna that every living entity is eternally they are servant of me. Eternally, not only on this life. So we may serve in this lifetime many people, but next life again we will have to accept another people, new people actually, or animal life actually. But Krishna is telling us just eternally you are a servant of means eternally we are actually engaged in the service of the Lord. But somehow other actually when we want to independent of Lord Krishna, then we came to this material world. We have to accept so many people to serve. Even though we are serving the 70, 80 years, all many different people, but nobody be happy. And even I am also not happy because even the Prime Minister, he thinks whole world, he is serving whole country, but he will be happy? He cannot be happy. So that is not natural position to serve Krishna. to serve every living entity to become happy. The only way to become happy, the Lord Shiva is praying here actually, that we are when we are in the universal form, every living entity in the universal form, but we are not able to see that we are in the body of the universal form. That is only our duty to serve Krishna. That is the only thing, because Lord is maintaining, and Lord is maintaining each and every body of our, every part of our body. So that means we should not become independent that I can be happy, because we are completely dependent on the Krishna. We are naturally dependent on Krishna, but we are not able to seeing that the sun is giving that heart, and the air is coming, and water is coming. We are depending, but we are thinking, no, when I'm earning some money, when maintaining family, I'm thinking that I am the main doer. That natural that is coming. But the remaining things is how everything you are getting, no, without any paying. Without any paying, we are getting anything, but we are not saying any grateful that Krishna, without asking, you are giving everything. What is that? My a little bit amount actually, that actually serving my family. No, nothing is there, because everybody have a quota. When come to this material world, Krishna will send this quota, whatever it is. Like the like child when come out of the mother womb, Krishna will arrange the milk because he cannot digest the food. So who is arranging? Krishna is arranging actually. So similar way, but every living entity is maintaining Krishna, maintaining that whole body. So to understand that is, we are completely dependent on Krishna. We are not independent. We are not at all independent actually. So that recognizing actually, to we have to read Shastra, and we have to hear from a spiritual master that how much I am dependent. I am thinking, but I am independent. That's what I am not happy. But the more I am dependent, the more I am dependent. Recognizing that I am. There is no other way to only serve to to Lord. That is the only way that we can understand that I will be happy. That is what our position. The dependent actually. So everybody is a dependent. There no one is like that independent. But we think in the proud. We are thinking I am independent. So that is called, that is bonding material world. That when you think I am independent, then you will come to the material world. Then you have to be bondage in this material world. Life after life, life after life, life after life. Actually, we are in this material world and will suffer. So that is how here Prabhupada is mentioning here that every living entity should serve the Supreme Personal God by his prana artha vacha. By that actually they fulfill their natural position of the living entity, and Lord will be happy. That is how. Hare Krishna. So we will stop here. Any questions are there? Anything? Okay. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.